Following movie was rated PG.
What's up, everybody? Anthony here, aka The Protector. I'm back with my weekly pickups video. I believe this is episode 5, and I had a good week for games. Got some eBay stuff in, as well as picked up some games from Game Exchange, and I got 2 new systems to add to my collection, which is awesome. eBay was actually stuff that I had ordered probably last Tuesday, and I thought they would come in by Friday. They ended up coming in on Monday, so that's why I could not have them in last week's video, but I have them for this week, and happy to show them off. The games that I had picked up were all for the Sega Dreamcast. It was actually a Dreamcast lot that someone was selling of 5 games. And I got them for not a bad price. I think I paid $47 for all 5 games, and 2 of them together are worth more than $50. So I basically got 3 games for free, which was pretty cool. The games that I had picked up for the Dreamcast they're all complete in box, which is awesome. There's a couple of them have some cracks on the covers, but it's fine. I could always find new jewel cases and put them in. But the first one that came in the lot that I didn't really care too much about, but I took it anyway, was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for the Dreamcast. Another game that came in, this was one of the reasons why I bought the lot. This was not one of the games that made it worth over $50, but I still loved the game as a kid when I had my Dreamcast back in the day. But I'm happy to have it in my collection now and actually play through it. And that's Trick Style, which is kind of like a hoverboard SSX type of game, which is really good, so I'm happy with that one. I then also got in the lot Blue Stinger, which I've heard good things about. Don't know too much about the game, but I've heard that the gameplay is actually a lot of fun, so I'm happy for this game. I also got Star Lancer for the Dreamcast, which is awesome. If I remember correctly, this has an online thing, but I found out that the actual online is not even up and running anymore, so it's pretty much only the campaign that I'll be playing. So hopefully it won't bum me out that I can't do any multiplayer or anything like that, but I should expect it with Dreamcast because it has been quite a while since Dreamcasts have been around or been the mainstream video game console. So this was one of the reasons This was one of the reasons, I'm sorry about the reflection from the light, but this was one of the reasons why the lot was over $50, was worth over $50. This game itself goes for about $29. And then the other game that I got also goes for about $29, and it's a multi-disc game, and I've heard nothing but rave reviews on this game. My nephew, he told me he loves the game. They made other versions, I think, for the Xbox. But I've heard the Dreamcast version was phenomenal. It's an RPG, and it's called Shenmue, which I'm sure most of you guys have heard of. This game and Trick Style were the reasons I bought the lot. This game especially, I actually did a search for Shenmue on eBay, and when I saw this lot and saw this game was in it, I had to bid on it, and luckily I won it, so I got that now for my collection, which is awesome. Then I went to Game Exchange in Orange yesterday, and they didn't really have anything worthwhile. I mean, for retro stuff, I bought 1 game that was retro, and it was for Super Nintendo. All the rest are for PlayStation 2 and 1 game for PlayStation 3. I mean, they didn't have anything that wowed me. For most of the games. Most of the stuff I usually see there all the time. So the game for Super Nintendo I never see there, so I picked it up. But the games for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 I always see there. But I figured I don't have them, might as well get them now. They weren't too expensive. So the first game that I picked up, this was the game that I never really see there. And it's probably the second worst fighting game ever made after Shaq Fu, but I bought it anyway because I actually enjoyed it in the arcades, and that was Pit Fighter. So this one, I'm happy to play it again. I know it's not a great fighting game, but I actually enjoyed the arcade version, so I'll play some of it now just to see how it is on the Super Nintendo. I know I'm not expecting anything great because I know how the game was, but I figured what the hell. Then I picked up for the game, oh, I'm sorry, I also got a GameCube game. I picked up, and it's complete in box for GameCube, Wave Race Blue Storm. I've been looking for Wave Race for the N64. I haven't found it yet, but I figured I love the game on N64. Why not try the one for GameCube? So I got this one. For PS2, I have the HD collection of the series on Xbox 360, and the only reason I bought them for PS2 was because I like to have the original copies, and neither of these were greatest hits, so that's why I picked them up, and they weren't too expensive, and they're all complete in box. And I picked up Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, as well as Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So this is the one Metal Gear game I have yet to beat, so I'm going to enjoy playing through this one. I'm probably not going to play it on my PS2. I'm probably just going to play the HD collection that's on my Xbox 360. But I figured just to have them for my collection, it's awesome. And then this game I picked up because it was only $10 and it was not a greatest hits, so I was happy to find it there. And it's complete in box. It's Metal Gear Solid 4. This is another Metal Gear game I have yet to beat. I didn't really play too much of it when it first came out, so I'm excited to actually play through it, but I'm thinking I should beat Snake Eater first before playing it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I actually want to beat Sons of Liberty on my Xbox 360 game because I just haven't beat it on that system yet. So I'm thinking I'll play through Metal Gear Solid 2 first on Xbox, then play Snake Eater, and then do Metal Gear Solid 4 after that. So that was it for video games, actual games for the week. The next two things I picked up were both consoles, and I didn't think I would get them as soon as I did. I actually was expecting to get them at the end of the month, but I was afraid neither of them would still be at the two stores. One I found in Game Exchange in Orange. The other one I found in Game Exchange in Bridgeport, and I was afraid I would never see them, being that they're pretty sought-after consoles, I think. But I'll go over the first one that I got in Orange. I'll do the one in Orange first. And I picked up, the first time, I never actually owned this system, so I'm excited to play it out. I have not tried it yet, so I don't know if it works. They test them before they take them in to make sure they work, so I'm sure it works. I just have to get a game to play. But I picked up the Sega Master System. And the cool thing with this was included with the console was obviously a controller and the AV and AV cables and the plug. But it also came with the zapper. Or I'm sorry, the light phaser for it. Obviously, I don't have I have HD TV, so I'd have to actually use my stepdaughter's tube television to play any light games. But this was a system that I've been looking for, and they've had it at Game Exchange before, and I didn't buy it the last time. Last time they had it with 3 games, and I didn't buy it. But when they had it the second time, I had to get it because I didn't want to miss out a second time, and I didn't want to pay more than $40 for it, which is what it was going for. So I know if I got it on eBay, I probably was going to pay close to $60 or more. So for $40 I bought it. And then the other system that I picked up in Bridgeport, this one I already have a Nintendo, but I've been looking for this for probably a year, and when I saw it there, I didn't have the money, so I left and ended up going back a week and a half later with the money to see if they had it, and they still had it there, which was awesome. So I'm excited to have this one. It works great. It actually works a lot better than my other Nintendo, and I got a top loader NES, which is phenomenal. If you do not have a top loader NES and you have the regular one, buy this one if you can find it. It works so much better, and I absolutely love it. It also came with the dog bone controller, so I was real excited for this. And I just looked in the bag and I realized I have more games. I totally forgot that when I bought the Nintendo, I also bought games. So I do have some more games to show you. So I got the Top Loader NES in Bridgeport, and I also got these games. I got, for all for Nintendo, I got Iron Sword Wizards and Warriors 2. I picked up a copy of Gunsmoke, copy of Zoda's Revenge Star Tropics 2. Now, all three of those games, two of the games, the Gunsmoke and Zoda's Revenge, I never see in Game Exchange, so I was happy to get those. Iron Sword I always see there, but I figured I'll finally buy it. And then the other game I never see in Game Exchange, so I picked it up. It was only $3. And I figured, I already own it, but I figured I could trade. So if anyone needs a copy of A Boy and His Blob, let me know through a private message, and I'd be more than happy to send it to you and do a trade. Because I know I don't see this game too often, but I figured I'll pick it up and trade with someone if they need it. So let me know if you need A Boy and His Blob. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm trying to think of some new videos to do. I don't just want to do weekly pickups once a week. I kind of want to do other stuff. So if you have any ideas of different stuff for me to do so I could post more videos, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Give it a thumbs up, like the video, and tell everyone that you know that watches YouTube videos to check me out and subscribe. And until next time, guys, take care.